My Line, brought to you by wonderful Florida citrus, Florida oranges and grapefruit, fresh frozen and canned juices, all rich in natural vitamin C and packed with Florida sunshine. Now let's all play What's My Line?
And now let's meet our award-winning What's My Line panel. First, the popular columnist whose voice of Broadway appears in papers from coast to coast, Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
And now we have a very nice surprise. Our guest panelist is a famous actor who, to no one's surprise, gives an Academy Award performance in the new film Peyton Place, Mr. Lloyd Nolan.
Now, it's my privilege to present Miss Arlene Francis.
There. And now a gentleman who makes the surfboard column one of the most entertaining columns of the Fourth Estate, Mr. Bennett, Cerf.
Here is our peripatetic panel moderator with his built-in stultifying explanations, Mr. John Charles Francis Daly.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to What's My Line. Feeling that we should wind the year up in a blaze of glory, and because the panel is so fond of it, I will ask them now to please blindfold themselves, because we're going to be a little bit off our normal practice tonight. We'll also have a famous mystery guest before the panel a bit later in the show, and we'll meet our first challenger in just 1 minute. The panel's blindfolds all in place?
Yes, sir.
Good. Well, our first challenger, come in and sign in, please. Are you familiar with the way we keep score on this program? Fine, that's good. If you know how we keep score, let's let the folks at home and those who've been good enough to come and join us here tonight know exactly what your line is. All right, panel, needless to say, you are blindfolded because there's an area of identification about which we needed to have some fears. It could be in any one of several areas, like costuming. We will give you a little bit of help and tell you that our guest is self-employed. And let's begin the general questioning with Dorothy Kilgallen.
Would anybody on this panel recognize you from the neck up without your costume?
That's yes, Dorothy.
Would one person on this panel know you better than the rest of us? Would you say that you were not directly related by blood or marriage to anyone on this panel, however? Is that a yes?
That's a yes, too, yeah?
Have you been in the house of any one of us four?
That's yes, too.
Yes. Has anyone on this program been in your house? Are you in the entertainment world?
Are you in the entertainment world?
No.
1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Nolan.
Could I clear this one thing up? Is the mystery guest in costume? Is that right?
Is that your question? Is the mystery guest in costume? The answer must be no. That's 2 down and 8 to go, Miss Francis.
You say you are not associated with the entertainment world. Are you associated with anyone else that might be in the entertainment world?
Yes.
Would it be your husband?
No.
3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Cerf.
I thought that was a man talking. May I ask, are there more than one of you sitting over there with Mr. Daly?
No.
That's 4 down and 6 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Well, now, could we have a conference? I'm mixed
You may
up.
have 20 seconds for a conference.
Is it a man or a woman?
I think it's a woman.
No, I think it's a man.
You think it's a man?
Well, what did Bennett just get a no on? Oh, he got a no on. What did you get a no on, Arlene?
Bennett got a no on the fact
On more
that
than
there's
one?
More than one.
And you said, is it your wife?
Is
or
it your husband?
Is
I
it your
said, so it
husband?
must...
Oh, but, well, all right. Is,
Oh, well,
is this a female? Is our guest a female?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wow.
All right.
Is that
Hey,
yes?
come on.
So you are
That's
connected with somebody in show business, but it is not your husband, right?
That's right, Dorothy.
Do you do something rather publicly with this person?
Do you do something rather publicly with this person? You mean the person who has some association with our guest who is also in the entertainment world? Do you do something publicly?
Hmm.
Yes.
Would you ever appear on television with this person?
Would you ever appear on television with this person? Yes, it's possible.
Yes.
Is it, is this famous person masculine?
No.
5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Nolan.
Do you deal in a product of some kind?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
When you visit homes,
No.
I haven't
Wait,
completed
finish
my...
the question.
She doesn't visit homes, Lloyd.
She's been in some of our houses, I
There'll be
understand.
no call for a conference. Mr. Nolan,
Sorry.
proceed, please.
Well, I've received a no, is that
No,
right?
you haven't. No, the no
Oh.
was attended in error.
Is this product connected with the home?
No.
No, not to the degree that it's a product which is necessary to the operation or embellishment of a home. That's 6 down and 4 to go, Miss Francis.
Is the product that you represent something that one could buy in a store?
Yes.
Do you... but you're self-employed, are you not?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you have your own store?
Yes.
Is it a product that can be worn?
Yes.
Is it useful?
Yes.
Small conference.
It's not useful to John, obviously.
I would think here, only because I don't want to mislead the panel, that the question posed as it was implied, actually, that you wanted to know whether it was useful rather than decorative, etc.
Oh, I didn't say that, John. You're
but
putting
I know,
words in my
no,
mouth.
No, but I said it, so that gives you a no. That's
right.
7 down and 3 to go, Bennett.
Well, if there's a no for being useful, then you would say that the product is rather on the decorative side. Is that correct? Yes. Would it be in the something possibly that grows in the ground, like flowers?
No.
No.
8 down and 2 to go, Miss Kilgallen. I'm going to give you 1 minute more.
Can it be folded?
Can it be folded?
Yes.
Small conference. Oh, my. I am going to, if I may, take a risk here, Dorothy, of saying it can't be folded, not in the terms that the folding would have any necessary application to its use or condition. That makes it 9 down and 1 to go, Mr. Nolan.
Does,
Get back to the relatives. Get back to the relatives. I'm feeling the relatives are important.
this product...
Well, good.
Does this touch your body?
Yes.
Where do we go?
Not the 7 and 7, Lucy.
Let's have no more of this muttering, please.
Is it in the expensive class, the luxury class?
Yes.
We could be so considered, yes.
Is it, it's, I think, yes, it is adornment, isn't it?
Yes.
Is it for both men and women?
No.
No. 10 down and no more to go. Panel, meet Mrs. Jolie Gabor, the mother of 3 famous daughters, Zsa Zsa, Eva, and Magda Gabor. Who, of course, owns and operates a jewelry store.
Pearls, mostly, aren't they?
Mama? Yes, Mama.
You all have jewelry from me. I want a little plug for my business.
But your beautiful daughters. I was right. We should have stayed with the relatives, too.
Yes,
Yes, we shall.
Yes, it might be said that that sentiment is generally held with respect to the relatives, widely held, I should say. Mrs. Gabor, thank you very much for being our guest in What's My Life. It's nice to see you. That was rough because you were blindfolded. Let's see what you can do with the second challenger. Will you come in and sign in, please? Clem Swaggerty, right? Where are you from, Mr. Swaggerty?
San Anselmo, California.
San Anselmo, California. Nice to have somebody from the West Coast. Panel, Mr. Haggerty?
Swaggerty.
Panel? Come in and join me over here, if you will. You know how we keep score?
Yes, I do.
All right, then let's let everybody here and there, except the panel, know exactly what your line is. Mr. Swaggerty is salaried. Let's begin the general questioning with Arlene Francis.
Do you work for a profit-making organization, Mr. Swaggerty?
No, I don't.
No?
1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mr. Swaggerty, would you say you worked for some government?
Yes.
Would it be the federal government?
No.
2 down and 8 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Would it be a state government?
Yes.
Are you high up in the state government?
No.
3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Nolan.
Do you deal with both men and women?
No.
4 down and 6 to go, Miss Francis.
Are you associated with something other than a law enforcement organization?
No.
Ah.
5 down and 5
That was
to
a
go,
fine
Mr.
way to get a
Cerf.
no.
Mr. Swaggerty, would you have anything to do with the penal side of the law?
Yes.
Would it be in connection with some prison?
Yes.
Are you connected with a specific prison out in California?
Yes.
And now we have to find out what you do there.
If you're
and
from Alcatraz, I'd like to know how you swam over.
You said you were not high up. Unless you were being over-modest, that means you're not the warden. I take it for granted you are not the warden.
No, I'm not the warden.
Are you
Yes,
one of
I'm
the...
not the warden.
Are you a guard in the prison?
No.
6 down and 4 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Well, do you do something that makes the prisoners happier or makes them better off?
Yes.
Are you a cook?
No.
I must say things have changed in the kitchen since I was last in jail. That's 7 down and 3 to go, Mr. Nolan.
Are you an instructor of some sort?
It could be so considered, at least in part, yes.
Is this prison one of the more advanced type of prisons?
Yes.
In other words, it's...
You got your
what
favorites, Lloyd?
I mean, I believe there is out in San Anselmo one... No, in San Anselmo or thereabouts, that has no walls. Is that right?
Do you want to know if Mr. Swaggerty works at a prison where there are no walls?
It's an honor system. Let's put it that way.
Do you want to know if he works at a prison where there is an honor system?
Yes.
No.
That makes it 8 down and 2 to go. Miss Francis.
Do you have something to do with the inmates having a good time?
Yes.
Would they be in action while they're having this good time, moving around?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Would they be out of doors?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Well, then it isn't dancing. So you must be in some kind of a cruise director. Do you have anything to do with the sports world?
Yes.
Do you teach them, or do you play football or baseball or any of those sports with
Yes.
them? Are you the physical education chief of the prison?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Actually, I'm going to flip the cards because it's even broader than that. Actually, Mr. Swaggerty is I love this, he is the entertainment director at San Quentin Prison. I must say, before I get Mr. Haggerty in trouble, that's my title, entertainment director. He's supervisor of recreation. And,
Well, that's very dignified.
Mr. Swaggerty, do you have any trouble with any of the baseball players trying to steal home?
Yes, Dorothy. They'd rather chase the fly balls.
Do you ever have any dances, Mr. Swaggerty?
No, I'm afraid not.
Oh, you
All
ought to
men.
institute that, don't you think?
Well, not likely without women.
Roomba lessons?
A little
Rumba
rock and
lessons.
roll
This-
in the old
this is-
jail.
Before this deteriorates too far, thank you very much, Mr. Haggerty, for being our... In just a moment, we'll meet tonight's mystery. Now we come to the special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery celebrity, for which I have to ask my friends on the panel to blindfold themselves once again. Blindfolds all in place, panel?
Yes, sir.
Good. Will you come in, mystery challenger, and sign in, please? All right. Panel, as you know, in the case of our mystery challenger, we go to a different form of questioning. You ask one question at a time, in turn, moving clockwise, and we'll begin it all with Mr. Nolan.
Are you in the entertainment world?
Yes.
Miss Francis?
Would you be considered a leading man?
Well,
Yes and no.
That's the best kind.
Yes and no, I think. Mr. Cerf?
Are you appearing in one of the motion pictures that is playing along the Broadway sector at the present time?
no.
1 down and 9 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Do you sing?
Not really.
Not really. 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Nolan. Actually, that isn't quite fair, Dorothy. I don't think I ought to give you a no on that, because even though he says not really, we will, I think, change the reply to yes. Mr. Nolan.
Are you primarily concerned with the motion picture business?
No, not primarily.
2 down and 8 to go, Miss Francis.
Then are you at the present time in a Broadway play?
Well, yes.
Sounds like
Mr.
it's
Cerf?
off Broadway.
Are you, by any chance, the same fellow who was sitting on the panel with us a week ago tonight?
No, I am.
3 down and 7 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
You said not really to singing, but you've made a record, haven't you?
Yes.
Tony Perkins, huh?
Well, congratulations, Dorothy.
What?
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations to Tony Perkins, who gives one of the most beautiful performances in the theater this year in Look Homeward, Angel. You
That
couldn't
does.
be better.
Well, what about you are primarily of the theater, but you've made one big movie I know of, and I think you made another
Oh,
one.
yes, well, I took that to mean at the present time.
At the present time.
Since I am and will be for some time in the play, I figured that the answer to that should be no.
Actually, I remember your picture making, because if I remember correctly, you play with a young lady named Sophie Loren. in
Yes,
the
I
picture
do.
that's coming out.
Geez, I can't get used to talking the other way now, talking forward instead of backwards. Yes, it's going to open, I think, in February or March here in New York.
What's the name of it?
Desire into the Alps.
Well, I think that's enough of that kind of conversation for a show like this.
John, if it's not out of keeping, I'd like to say, besides Tony Perkins being a wonderful young actor, his father, Osgood Perkins, was one of the greatest men we've ever had in the theater.
That, I think, is thoroughly in accord with everybody. Well, Tony, thank you so much for being our guest on What's My Line, and will you say hello to the panel, because I know they'd all like to meet you first. Nice to have you with us.
Oh, are you found it? Nice to see you.
All right, panel, we have a little over 3 minutes to see what you can do with the final challenger. Will you come in and sign in, please? Irene M. Peterson, is that right? Miss or Mrs.? Miss Peterson, and where are you from?
Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York. Hooray. Well, cheers to that. Miss Peterson, the panel. Panel, Miss Peterson. Now, will you join me over here? Are you familiar with our scorekeeping system?
Yes, I am.
All righty, then let's let the folks know exactly what your line is. All right, panel. You have about 3 minutes. Miss Peterson is salaried. We'll begin the general questioning with Bennett, Cerf.
Miss Peterson, that neat, lovely little handwriting of yours, I usually associate with people who are connected with education in some way. Have you any connection whatever with the world of education?
No.
That's one down and 9 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Do you work for a profit-making organization, Miss Peterson?
Yes, I do.
Do you deal in services?
What's that?
You deal in services.
Yes, I do.
Could anyone on this panel use your services?
Yes.
Under
yes,
certain circumstances, yes.
Do they apply to both sexes?
Does it apply to both sexes?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Well, do they apply to both sexes of animals rather than people?
Yes.
Thought that laugh meant something. Well, are they four-footed animals?
Yes.
Usually?
Yes.
Are they the type of animals you'd have as a pet?
Yes.
They would be found in the home.
Sometimes, yes.
Well, are they something more extraordinary than dogs or cats?
Are they something more extraordinary than dogs and cats?
Well, more offbeat.
More offbeat than dogs and cats.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that still gets no. That's
Okay.
2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Nolan.
Are they either dogs or cats?
Either.
Either.
Either, if you'd prefer.
Are these dogs and cats?
No.
Oh, no.
Are these
now
dogs
let me
and
clear it
cats?
up.
Are these dogs? I would say this so that you're not misled. I'm not sufficiently familiar with all the details, but Miss Peterson evidently will accept that the dog and the cat are involved here, but the dog predominantly, I would say. Wouldn't you, Miss Peterson?
No cats.
No cats?
Oh, well.
We don't have any cats. That was neither or neither, so you got to know. That's 3 down and 7 to go. Miss Francis,
Then we just go to the dogs.
just go to the dogs. That's all you've got to
Do you do something for these dogs, Miss Peterson?
Yes, I do.
Do you ever groom them?
No.
do. No, that's 4 down and 6 to go. Mr. Cerf,
Do you help train them, Miss Peterson?
No, I do not.
5 down and 5 to go. Miss Kilgallen,
Miss Peterson, do you have a title other than Miss?
No, I do not.
6. I'm afraid I'm going to have to throw the sponge in on time.
Mary.
We've run out of time because I
Dog
want to
doctor.
explain this to you. Miss Peterson sells life insurance for dogs.
Never would have done that
Pedigreed dogs, pedigreed pets, they have to have, this is the thing that tickles you, they have to have a medical examination, just as we would if we were going to get insurance.
Do they have to fill out forms?
They have to fill, and actually those that can't
Miss
talk have to
Peterson,
fill out
a
forms.
couple of dogs in the publishing business I'd like to talk to you
That'll
about.
be all, Mr. Cerf. Thank you very much, Miss Peterson. Wonderful to have you with us as a guest. Nice. Will you say good night? Lloyd Nolan, it was nice having you with us tonight. A tough night it was for the panel, and so you've had a good workout. Until next week, this is John Daly saying good night, Dorothy Kilgallen.
Good night, John. Good night, Lloyd. Come again.
I'll try. Good night, Arlene.
Good night, Lloyd, and I would like to say, if my husband is watching, that next week you will be sitting where Lloyd Nolan is now, and where I am sitting, because I'll be in Florida, will be sitting Hedy Lamarr. So I may not see you again, Martin. Good night, Bennett.
I definitely will be here next week. Good night, John.
Thank you. Good night, Bennett. And a little previous or late, doesn't make any difference in this case. From all of us, Happy New Year to you. Good night, and thanks for being with us on What's My Line?
If you'd like to be a contestant, send a picture we can keep and your occupation to What's My Line, CBS Television, 485 Madison Avenue, New York, 22, New York. Transportation for contestants on What's My Line is arranged by American Airlines. What's My Line is a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production in association with the CBS Television Network.